Hello, my name is Keely, and I'm the coordinator of family and community programs in the education department at the Clark. I love escaping into a good story. Our collection features many works of art with tales worth telling, and in this series of videos, I can't wait to share a few of my favorites with you. For today's story, let's take a look at The Chariot of Aurora by the Italian artist Giovanni Battista Tiepolo. It was made around the year 1734, which means it's almost 300 years old. But the story that this painting tells is even older than that. The artist was inspired by the ancient Roman myth of the goddess Aurora, goddess of the dawn. This story has been told in many different ways. I was inspired by Tiepolo's painting, but I've also used my imagination to create a special version of this story for you to enjoy today. I hope you'll join me in imagining a little bit too. As the story goes, Aurora, the goddess of the dawn, has a very important morning routine. Every day, she wakes up, rolls her shoulders back to stretch out those wings, and calls for her chariot, a glimmering cart the color of warm sunshine, pulled by horses who fly faster than the wind. Blinking in the early morning light, Aurora lights a small torch aflame to help her see her way through the skies. I wonder what sound Aurora's chariot makes as it flies. Is it quiet, save for the whispering whooshes of the horses' hooves as they break through the cloud banks? Or do the wheels clang gently like soft golden bells? Aurora certainly hears breathless giggles and flapping wings because look who's come to join her today. These Pooties, an Italian word for cherubs like the tiny flying boys you see in this painting, are here to chase her chariot as they always do. Aurora laughs and welcomes them as they wrestle and race. One particularly sneaky cherub even grabs her torch right out of her hand. Luckily, she always carries a spare. As the Pooties tumble around the horses, let's imagine that Aurora decides to play a game with them, calling out in a clear voice that carries over the morning breeze, "Whoever finds my brother first gets to wake him up." For it would seem that Aurora's brother, the sun god, known as Helios in ancient Greece and Sol in ancient Rome, is not exactly a morning person. One of the cherubs races ahead of the rest and spies the sleeping sun god lying on the ground beneath him. The cherub dives through the sky, his wings beating up a gale as he drops and crash lands right on the god's shoulder. And maybe, just maybe, let's imagine Helios grumbling and moaning and wondering why he can't just have a few more minutes of rest. Unfortunately for him, the sun can't exactly sleep in. The cherub does his best to wake up Helios by pulling his hair and telling him that Aurora is going to leave him in the dust soon if he doesn't hurry. And finally, the weary god slings on his clothes and takes to the skies. Now sun and dawn soar in the chariot together. The sleepy creatures of the night return to shadowy, secret hollows where they'll rest until the sun sets again in the evening. As the sky shifts from rose and gold to blue and white, perhaps Aurora looks down to admire her handiwork, smiling at a sunflower, and laughs to think that tomorrow she'll have to do it all over again. And that's where our story ends today. Thank you for sharing this experience with me. If you feel inspired to write a story of our own, check out Writing from the Art on the Clark Connects Projects page. I look forward to seeing you all again in a few weeks and sharing another story from the collection.